Hi, I'm Katie Walson here with Samela Watson, founder and CEO of Block, and Grace McBride, founder of Lucia. Welcome to Studio Stage.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Sure.
We're excited to be here.
I'm excited to learn more about your businesses. So you were both selected for the Philip C. Wolf Memorial Scholarship in honor of Focusrite founder Philip Wolf, which includes attendance at the Focusrite conference in Phoenix. I'm curious, how are you finding it so far, and what's been the most valuable part to you?
I think for me, one of the best parts has been because it's focusing on both thought leaders and trailblazers, you get to learn from some of the best individuals and brightest minds in the industry that have been doing this for so long. But also there's a lot of encouragement for startups and other trailblazers to kind of push the status quo. And I think that's been one of the best parts, that you get to mix the two all in one place.
I love the opportunity to be around other people who absolutely are obsessed with travel, with tech behind it. So having access to some of these, as Grace mentioned, these thought leaders, I love seeing how we're thinking about the future and how we are going to help shape the future.
Very well put. Samela and Grace, could you please talk about your businesses for maybe 20 to 30 seconds? What's your elevator pitch when you first meet someone?
Go
Would
ahead,
you like
please.
to start?
So I hate being really robotic, so I like to, just take my time with this. But essentially, Block is a turnkey marketplace that unlocks the opportunities for the average person to find, bid, and lease fully furnished units so they can start their very own Airbnb-like business without having tons of upfront capital.
Yeah, and Lucia is a freelancer marketplace. We essentially help travel companies such as travel agencies, tour operators, travel consortiums, and otherwise essentially hire freelancers to basically help them grow and scale their businesses. So bringing flexible work to the travel industry like other industries have done so well.
Very interesting. So making the connection between the scholarship and your business, how do you feel that this opportunity will help you to succeed?
Yeah, I think one of the best parts of this, and I already kind of mentioned this about bringing thought leaders and trailblazers in one place, I think the focus for this week for us has been how can you really lean into your business, hone the skills that you have, and find ways to tap in other parts of the industries as well. And so for me, the scholarship had really put me in front of a lot of faces I wouldn't have otherwise seen. And the access to be here and to meet those kinds of people has completely shaped where at least I think I'm going to be going afterwards with the company. And it's helped really pivot some of the directions that I think we can go in the future.
Super.
Absolutely agree with everything she said. It's just giving us access to amazing people who've already done amazing things, who's thinking about doing amazing things. And so for me, it is allowing me to take a harder look at what I'm building and what impact it's making over the entire travel tech industry, and being able to come back next year even stronger.
I also think as like younger founders and entrepreneurs, you kind of get to be in the room where you get to shake things up a little bit. I don't know, we kind of talked about this quite a bit so far, is we get to push a lot of the status quo in a lot of the conversations that we have, and it's been encouraged by, again, allowing us access to be here. So we've enjoyed that role a little bit, and how can we really disrupt what other people are thinking? How can we push our own boundaries and kind of go from there?
Well, the theme of the conference is Trailblazers and Titans. And
I've heard that, yeah.
Maybe eventually we'll be the Titans.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
That's exactly why we're here.
Hashtag goals.
Well, we're approaching the end of the year, so looking ahead to 2023, what are you most excited about? What are your plans to grow your businesses? Samela?
So for me, 2023, while we have announced Block, we're going to be launching. So I'm really excited to take our community to the next level in terms of unlocking these inventory so we can see hundreds of people start businesses and be able to kind of, again, shake things up, make a lot of noise, and leverage a lot of this short-term rental greatness that's happening.
Yeah, and I think for us, we launched in Q3 this year, and we're now finally being able to launch all the partnerships we've created so far in this year. So I think going forward to next year is going to be leaning into some of the changes that are coming in the macro environment. One of them being, I think, and I think a lot of other people here think that flexible work is going to be a really important key term as we face a lot of labor shortages and bringing tech into companies and figuring out how do we staff all of these companies going forward and manage with the macro environment and what the needs are there. So for us, I think we're perfectly positioned for all of the macro trends coming. And I think it's going to be a really opportune time for us to shine next year.
Great. Well, is there anything else that you would like to add? Any note that you'd like to end on?
Yeah, I think it's really, we've been talking all week since we've been here, how grateful we are about the scholarship. I think we got to learn a little bit about Philip's legacy and who he was as a person. And I think it's really valuable to know that information and kind of take that with us all week, because I don't know, it just kind of puts a different perspective on how we approach things here, and just make sure that we make it really worth it and we carry that legacy with us.
Yes. As young professionals, we're also really excited that we were given the opportunity to have a seat at the table so that we can make an impact. And so we're just both extremely grateful to be here, and we're going to finish it strong.
Super. Well, that's a great note to end on. So thank you both very much for coming and talking to me at Studio Stage.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And thank you for watching.